One of the Prophet's uncles chose to be like Hamza, while the other chose to be like Abū Lahab. Before prophethood, both of them loved Rasulullah, but later one became his closest friend, and the other became his worst enemy. Abū Lahab, the father of fire, was known for his sharp mind, strong speech, and the wealth he loved to show off. He was so extreme that verses were revealed in the Qur'an about him, and even his fate was foretold in a miraculous way. So what stopped this man, who came from the family of the Prophet, from believing? In this video, we will learn why a disbeliever refuses to believe, even when he knows the truth. Today, there are many new Abū Lahabs. To understand them, we must first understand who the first one really was. Here we are again with another video full of knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. The life of Abū Lahab is one of the most shocking and lesson-filled stories in Islamic history. Who was Abū Lahab? His real name was Abdul Uzza bin Abdul Muttalib. He was the uncle of our Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, and belonged to the Banū Hāshim clan of the Quraysh tribe. Because his face had a bright reddish color, he was called Abū Lahab, meaning the father of flame. But this brightness on the outside could not hide the darkness and hatred within him. Abū Lahab was a respected and powerful man in Mecca. His father, Abdul Muttalib, was a well-known leader and the caretaker of the Kaaba. Thanks to this reputation, Abū Lahab worked in trade and became very rich. With his wealth and business skills, he became one of the leading men in Mecca. Some sources even mention that he had hundreds of kilos of gold. But it wasn't just wealth. He was also an aristocrat, charismatic and handsome. Power was in his hands. Like Abu Jahl, he worshipped power. He was expected to become the leader of the Banū Hāshim tribe after Abdul Muttalib. He married Jamīl Arwa bint Harb, a woman from a noble family like himself. She was the sister of Abu Sufyan, one of the strongest leaders of Quraysh, and the daughter of Harb bin Umayyah. This marriage further strengthened the power and influence of both families. Jamīl was known for her beauty and intelligence, but sadly she did not use these gifts for good. Abū Lahab's early relationship with the Prophet Sallallahu. When the Prophet Sallallahu was born, it brought great joy to the family. According to some reports, Abū Lahab was so happy upon hearing the news that he freed his slave woman, Suwayba, who had brought him the message. This shows that, in the beginning, he had good feelings toward the Prophet. Suwayba also became a milk mother and breastfed the Prophet. The Prophet Sallallahu grew up as an orphan. His father Abdullah passed away before he was born. His mother Amina also died when he was 6 years old. He was raised first by his grandfather Abdul Muttalib and then by his uncle Abu Talib. During this time, Abū Lahab did not show any hatred toward him. In fact, some reports say he even helped the Prophet with trade when he was young. Abū Lahab even arranged for his sons, Utbah and Utayba, to be engaged to the Prophet's daughters, Ruqayya and Kulthum. These engagements were meant to strengthen family ties and raise a family status in society. Abū Lahab's hatred begins. When the Prophet Sallallahu was 40 years old, he received the first revelation. He began calling people to the oneness of Allah and to abandon idol worship. This caused a strong reaction among the leaders of Mecca. The belief in Tawheed, oneness of Allah, threatened their faith and their income. If people stopped worshiping idols, fewer visitors would come to the Kaaba, which would hurt their businesses. Islam's teachings of justice and equality also threatened the rich and powerful, who enjoyed many privileges. At the famous gathering on Safa Hill, the Prophet openly invited his family and the leaders of Quraysh to Islam. This was a turning point. Abū Lahab gave the harshest response. He angrily said, "Did you gather us just for this?" and insulted the Prophet before walking away. This was the beginning of his open hatred, breaking the most sacred rule. During the chaotic times of Jahiliyyah, pre-Islamic ignorance, family ties were extremely important. Even if some of the Prophet's relatives did not believe in him, they still supported him because of this strong tradition. Other tribes respected this and considered it normal. However, there was one person who broke this rule, Abū Lahab. Even though he was the Prophet's uncle, he became his greatest enemy. He broke one of the most sacred values of Arabian society, loyalty to family. He did everything in his power to harm the Prophet, even though they were blood relatives. Abū Lahab and Jamīl's cruelty. Abū Lahab didn't stop with words. He took action to stop Islam from spreading. Wherever the Prophet, went to teach Islam, Abū Lahab followed him and tried to confuse people. He called the Prophet, a liar and a madman, Hasha. At markets and large gatherings, he tried to stop foreign visitors from listening to the Prophet. His wife, Jamīl, also spread rumors and caused trouble among women. She threw thorns and trash in front of the Prophet's house to bother him. She influenced noble women of Mecca to exclude Muslim women from society. Allah reveals Sūrat al-Masad. Because of their evil actions, Allah revealed Sūrat al-Masad. May the hands of Abū Lahab be ruined, and ruined is he. His wealth and what he earned will not help him. He will enter a fire full of flames, and his wife, the carrier of firewood, will have a rope of palm fiber around her neck. This is the only surah in the Qur'an that mentions a disbeliever by name. It clearly tells that Abū Lahab and his wife would be destroyed in this world and the hereafter. Their money, power, and status would not save them. Abū Lahab's miserable end. Abū Lahab did not join the Battle of Badr. When he heard that the Muslims had won, he was shocked and furious. Soon after, he developed a deadly and contagious disease. Some say it was smallpox, others say it was the plague. His body was covered in sores and swelling. He was rejected by society. Even his own family abandoned him, fearing the disease. His corpse was left untouched for days. Eventually, people used long sticks to push his body into a pit and threw stones over it. This was a direct fulfillment of Sūrat al-Masad. His wealth and power could not save him. The final lesson, Abū Lahab's hatred and arrogance led to his downfall. His story teaches us, wealth and power are temporary. Pride and stubbornness can destroy a person. The truth remains no matter how much people try to stop it. Even today, there are many lessons to learn from his story. We must keep our hearts and minds open to the truth. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.